how did you come to the conclusion to switch, and what has helped you be okay with leaving the old behind? Ryan, if you want to kick us off.
Yeah, so like I said, I was a high school teacher for almost a decade, so that is a lot of time to put into a career. Coming to the conclusion I wanted to switch, to be completely honest, I was burned out from education, really super long days, not being able to spend a lot of time with family, working on nights and weekends, what I consider not to be very good pay. So I was starting to kind of try to look around and find something different. Will help you be okay with leaving it behind. For me personally, like I always want my work to be like meaningful and know that my work is like helping people or improving people's lives. And that's what I really liked about teaching. And so the great thing about like UI UX, I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, you go into tech and it's like all like cold-hearted and stuff, but UI UX is like something you definitely get to be very like, you know, knowing that you're making an impact on people's lives every day. And so for me, that's what I like about it, and that's what's made me feel okay with leaving teaching behind, because I still feel like I'm having a positive impact on things.
Yeah, definitely a good question. I had the same experience as Ryan, honestly, working 90-hour weeks, 100-hour weeks, nights and weekends, and it just wasn't sustainable for me. And I knew that my skills would be more monetarily valued if I moved into the tech field, but I was still, like Brian said, helping people. So I knew that I could probably make up the amount of money that I would have technically lost when I moved into this new field. So that, you know, financially that made it okay. And yeah, it's kind of the same thing. And you have to take care of yourself as well. And so I wanted to take care of myself and take care of my family in a way that wasn't really accessible to me in that work. And I think your job doesn't necessarily have to define your purpose or the difference you want to make, you know? So I still do volunteering, tutoring and stuff like that outside of my work, but I feel like secure financially and I can manage my time. Does that make sense? So I think I just expanded the view of where you place value and how you organize that, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I was set on like being a software developer for a long time. I was like, this is what I want to do. And when in college, I was working full time. I was a manager at a pet store. And so I'd work like 60 hours a week. And then I'd also was a full-time student and it sucked and it was not sustainable. And I was not like being paid enough for what I was doing. And I felt really like undervalued. And I was looking into a way to like speed up that process. But I also like, while I was working so hard, I think I got burnt out on like wanting to be a developer, and I wanted to be more creative because I didn't realize in like the hobbies that I was doing, or like I would program stuff for fun, and then I got to do like the UX UI stuff with that because it was just me and I got to have fun with it. But like if that was what I was doing as a career, I wouldn't be able to do that and it would not be fun. And I really wanted more creativity in my work, but I also didn't want to get paid garbage. So here we are. I feel really fulfilled in what I do. I get the psychological aspect of like understanding my users, and I get to be creatively fulfilled designing the interfaces that I work with. And then I will touch on a little bit like education wise. I was really worried, this is kind of related. I was really worried about getting a job because I dropped out of high school and then I also dropped out of college. And so I had I have a GED, but I didn't have a high school diploma and I did not have a college degree. And I was worried that without like a traditional education background, I would not get a job. And obviously that's untrue. And like Maca was saying, like, and also Ryan, like they care about what you can do. They don't care about what your like experience is.